Hey guys, Shadow Rockets here, and today I heard a quote. Actually, it was a couple days ago, but I was listening to music, and I heard a quote on one of the songs, and it really touched me. I got Jeremy in here with me today, and I got some Destiny Beta gameplay for you guys, even though it's completely open to everybody now. Jeremy informed me before I was able to give away my codes.
Nerd.
Hashtag depressing, but anyway, the quote I wanted to talk about today was "Money equals freedom," from a popular song in today's society
Mm-hmm.
via Sir Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I met him.
It's Sir Gambino, not Gambino, Gambino.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a musketeer.
A musketeer.
He's the fifth one.
So, um, so anyway, it really hit me hard because a lot of the focus today is on money
Mm-hmm.
nowadays,
Yeah.
and I guess it's gonna be a pretty uh, long video. So bear with me, take it in strides if you want. But let's talk about is it possible or feasible to live without money in today's society? You think?
I mean, people do it, but I don't think it's easy at all. I think the people that do it don't do it by choice. Um, I don't know though. I mean, yeah, I think it is. I think it's possible to live without money, but there's so much that you sacrifice not having money. It's like in you're forced to need it.
Yeah.
It's like life has just become acclimated that way that everything requires money. I mean, it's like this is sort of off topic, but I mean, it's even more so that like we live around Pensacola and there's things that we're like, oh man, that's so expensive. And it's like even worse in California.
Oh yeah.
It's like I can tell working at a movie theater that whenever people come to my theater and I can tell they're from out of state whenever they go, oh wow, it's $9 for a ticket. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, well, that's cheap. And like people around here are like, holy crap, but in like LA, a movie ticket's like $18. So I mean, like it's we have it okay here, and it's even worse in other places because I've been to like Scotland and Japan, and it's like things are just so expensive. Like the cost of living's crazy expensive. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think the people that would do well at at living without money are the people that have somehow become self-sufficient, which is actually I think an increasing, it's something that's increasing in popularity. People are trying to make their own food because food's so horrible for you now, and make their own energy through solar stuff. I don't know. That's interesting.
But it's also expensive to live without money.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, as backwards as that sounds, it's extremely expensive. It's like even if you wanted to get to the point where you could live without money, it would require thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And now, of course, we're talking about efficient ideal ways of living without money, not like living off of
Yeah,
welfare.
not living on the streets.
Yeah. Um, so let's talk about some things that money brings with it, or money carries with it. And I like to think that you brought it up when we earn your first real paycheck. Uh, it brings with it a. Sense of independence. You start to take pride in what you do,
Yeah.
take pride in what you own, things like that. So definitely independence and pride are something that money brings with it, and I feel that those two things really draw humans to them. We want to be independent. We want to feel like we matter, as bad as that sounds.
Yeah, it's a little backwards. Just hearing you say that, it's like you want your own money because you want to live on your own separate from the man or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a hippie way of saying that, but it is. It's like, you want your own money so that you don't have to work. You have to work for the money, though.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to work for the system to be away from the system. It doesn't make any sense, but it does make sense at the same time. Because unless you're self-employed, which not many people are blessed to be self-employed,
It's
like,
hard work.
yeah, then you're trying to be independent by having to be dependent on somebody to give you a job.
Mm-hmm. True. True. I mean, you always got to deal with other people.
Exactly.
Businesses aren't in business without others.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you were saying, you brought up, we did talk about this beforehand, by the way. This is pretty structured, more structured than
We're actually reading a
recent.
script right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Straight from this, page 34, line 7.
yeah. That part right there, underline that.
Okay, it's highlighted.
And we're good. Okay.
Okay, so, is, is money possibly a way, um, for us to distract the bad things going on in life? Maybe that's what it's useful for more than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. I think that for sure. I mean, I admittedly, like pretty much after graduation, I just like stopped hanging out with a lot of my friends because like you went away to school and stuff, and then I was just stuck in Pensacola. It was just crappy, not a lot to do. All my friends were kind of making bad choices and stuff, and I knew that wasn't healthy to be around. So, I mean, you go through like a depression era of life or whatever. Kind of like it's sad, coming off of like high school. At the time, you think it's like the best time of your life, and then right after graduation, you're like, what do I do with myself?
Yeah.
um, but at the same time, I started working and making money, and then spending that money on things to do in my free time. So that's totally a distraction from life and uh, whatever. I mean, yeah. I think it's. I think you just, if you're in that type of a life period, then yeah, I think a big portion of your money goes toward distracting yourself. I've got a friend, and I won't mention his name because he doesn't deserve that, but he like was notorious for that. That he had really bad depression problems because he had a bad family life and would just blow entire paychecks on really stupid things. I mean, like we'd be 19 and 20 years old and he'd be blowing entire paychecks on trading cards and like not playing with them or anything, but just something to distract him.
Hmm.
Um,
Find that nice new toy.
exactly. Yeah, always having something to look forward to. Um, and that's a completely different topic, but obviously that's not the way to be happy.
Yeah, I
Whether
mean,
it's religion or whatever is going on in your life that might fill that void, family, a girlfriend, a significant other, whatever, there's something healthier that you can do. Much healthier than just blowing money on things. Not to mention if you're just making money, that's something that can be saved and then used whenever you need it.
yeah, on on things that are important.
Yeah.
So definitely not using, money for poor reasons. That reminds me actually is, at work. You know, people make choices in their lives. I'm not one to judge. However, there may or may not be a lot of people at my work that enjoy recreational drugs.
Tight.
um,
Very tight.
yeah, yeah, but some of them are in a very bad spot with owing a lot of money and stuff. And I was talking to one of them who's actually, he deals some, does some, whatever. Um, anyway, he's a really nice guy.
His name's Walter White.
No, but I was talking to him, and he's like, it's really sad that, a lot of these people, like, it's not an addicting drug, but they get their minds need it.
Yep.
Their minds are in that mindset where they're just like, oh, I need to spend this money on this. I need to have it,
Mm-hmm.
even if it means like owing money on my house the next month. It's like they have
Sad.
to have that. It's
Yeah.
like, don't spend your money on things that don't matter. Get the things that are important out of the way first.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost. And if you don't have any money left over, maybe you have to sacrifice some recreational things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a lifestyle that you choose to have or that you are stuck with at the moment, but there's always working your way out of it. You can always change things in your life to make them better in your opinion. And if you're not happy, then definitely you got to try changing stuff
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, there's always something different that can be done. Um, Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's always something bigger that can be done other than money or whatever distraction you're using. And I know there are a lot of people that, whether they want to admit it or not, just get like hammered all the time because their life sucks and they think that they're having fun or whatever. Maybe they are, or they say they are, but they're just trying to forget their crappy lives. I'm like, I don't know. You're making excuses for yourself. There's other stuff you can do.
Yeah. And while the topic of this is money equals freedom, I really wanted to touch on is money happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think that's what a lot of society is today. Is money can't buy you happiness. They say that,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, oh, buy this new thing. It'll make you happy.
Yeah,
It's better
exactly.
than the rest. It's got all these nice things. It can do everything for you. This new cell phone. It's $800 without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It costs them a couple bucks, but it's so great. Look at it. Look at all these things it can do.
Yeah.
And I think that the answer to that is that money can buy you temporary happiness. It may just be a veil of happiness. It might not be true happiness.
Yeah.
But it can definitely, like we were saying, distract you for a little while. However, money may be necessary to buy things that are very important, that will make you happy in life.
Mm-hmm.
Such as, maybe you've always wanted a house, being able to take care of your family,